Hello, it's Thursday, April 23rd, 2020. I'm Jeff from the Curbside Podcast, and this is your weekly Car Crap, the best automotive news from the past week. Now, we started off this week with a little bit of an update. In the previous episode, we mentioned that the last 996 generation Porsche 911 was being auctioned off to raise money to help fight COVID-19. The auction closed with the final bid being $550,000. And since that last article said that all the proceeds would go to fight COVID-19, they just raised $550,000 for the COVID-19 effort. So that's awesome. Yeah. So when you think of great automotive icons, who do you usually think about? Bruce McLaren? Steve McQueen? After Ford v Ferrari, Ken Miles? Ayrton Senna? Some handsome, chiseled, buff-looking racing driver. Well, I don't know, because I always think of those three middle-aged men on Top Gear. And apparently, so do many others. Hyundai recently did a survey in the UK asking people who is the greatest automotive icon. And coming in at first place was Jeremy Clarkson, beating out Steve McQueen, who came in second. And then coming in third was Richard Hammond, and James May was sixth. I mean, it kind of just goes to show how much of an impact that show had on all of us, car people. And sometimes not car people. So the current 2020 Supra is officially rated at 335 horsepower, which we know is a lie, as Car and Driver found out when they did their dyno. So, if the 339 horsepower going to the wheels isn't enough for you, well then German tuning company Manhart, they have a solution for you. They have just released their Manhart Supra GR 450, with the 450 meaning, you guessed it, 450 horsepower. The power comes as a result of an ECU remap, or what they call their MH-tronic power box, and a stainless steel rear silencer, which I think we call mufflers here in the US. And that doodad has valve control. For handling and looks, you could either get a choice of H&R lowering springs, KWV3 coilovers, comes with some vinyl stripes, and the company's concave one wheels. In other Japanese car news, it looks like Acura, Honda's luxury division, has just filed a patent with the US Patent Office for the name TLX Type S, which probably signals the return of the legendary Type S name. The kind of legendary Type S name, because Type R is the more anyway. It signals the revival of the Type S name for Acura, which has been dead in the US at least since 2008. Toshaiki Mikoshiba. Japanese, not my language. My grandparents' language, but not mine. President and CEO of America Honda announced this would be happening at the 2018 North American Auto Show. Do you remember when auto shows used to be a thing? Along with saying that Acura will be having a dedicated turbo V6 engine. So we could probably guess that this TLX Type S will be powered by that. And if all this is true, and it looks like that Type S concept, this may do absolute wonders to breathe life back into the Acura lineup. Which is exciting news if you're an Acura fan, which I am. But they have to price it right. Why am I clapping? In more disappointing news, it looks like the next generation Ford Focus RS, a brand name that Americans finally got a taste of in 2016, will sadly be no more. According to Top Gear, the company said in a statement, as a result of pan-European emission standards, increased CO2 taxation, and the high cost of developing an RS with some form of electrification for a relatively low volume of vehicles, we are not planning another RS version of the Focus. That actually is quite a shame. I mean, what other car has a drift button? Anyway, in some final news, Mini has had to make a bit of a name change. You see the weird T-shaped wheel that they had for their Mini Cooper SE, their all-electric Mini, used to be called the Corona Spoke, which they have since changed to Power Spoke for obvious reasons. Anyways guys, that was your car crap for this week. If you liked this video, hit like. If you disliked, hit the dislike button. Subscribe and hit that bell icon if you want to see more of our content. This show itself, Weekly Car Crap, is here on YouTube and then on IGTV every Friday. Meanwhile, go give our podcast, the Curbside Podcast, a listen. That is in fact our big main thing here. Also, we've been putting out other content on our YouTube channel about what we're doing during quarantine. You could also follow us on our socials. Links are down below if you're on YouTube, or maybe Facebook if I post it there. In that case, it would be above. And with that being said, stay safe out there. Thank you to all our healthcare workers and essential workers. Wash your hands, and we'll see you next week.